Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, hi and welcome to our presentation. We are Team Georg Fischer, and we are students from HBI Potsdam and Tongji University in Shanghai. And we present to you today Shouhu, the smart wastewater treatment system. So this presentation is about wastewater. And now you might think, well, what is wastewater really? And this probably doesn't affect me, but let me tell you this. The water that you're using daily, so the shower that you took this morning or the tap water that you have next to you, has most likely been already wastewater itself, and maybe even used for industrial production. So what you can see here is a pretty standard water cycle, one that you can easily find in your hometown as well. So you can see that wastewater from factories, for example, when they create products or clean equipment, is sent to local wastewater treatment plants. And as you might know, the wastewater from your own houses is sent to this wastewater treatment plant as well. And there the water is cleaned and treated and then sent back to the environment. And it ends up at your house again, so with you. So this is why our challenge actually affects every single one of you. And more precisely, what we have been tackling in the last 9 months was to redesign wastewater treatment processes in China, focusing on how factories really clean their wastewater with respect to Industry 4.0. And the situation in China concerning water pollution is actually quite serious, especially because we have often big factories simply discharging their wastewater illegally into rivers and lakes. And this challenge we work together on with our corporate partner, Georg Fischer, who offer innovative plastic piping systems for water supply. So let's get to Fang. So Fang is the owner of a wastewater treatment plant in an industrial park in China, which is one out of 22,000 industrial parks there. And what does an industrial park look like? So, well, you can imagine 30 factories in Fang's park, which produce, for example, pharmaceutical products. And they all discharge their wastewater to his treatment plant. So he is responsible to treat and clean this wastewater. Let me explain to you exactly what the situation is currently like for Fang. So Fang has those factories in the industrial park which discharge their wastewater to his wastewater treatment plant. But before the wastewater arrives at the plant, it is stored in buffer tanks. And every day, Fang's staff goes to the buffer tanks, takes samples of the wastewater and gets it checked in the laboratory. Once they found the wastewater is okay, they call Fang. And Fang then tells his employees to go to those buffer tanks and open the valve. The wastewater of all the buffer tanks is then discharged simultaneously into one large pool for further treatment. Now you've seen the current approach, how it's done in China. But is that really still state of the art? So this approach is causing a lot of costs to Fang because it wastes money and resources by simply ignoring possible synergy effects that could arise when mixing wastewater streams in an optimized way. And let me give you an example of what we mean with synergy effects. So different wastewater streams have many different properties, for example, pH value, temperature, or chemical oxygen demand. And now imagine, for example, that you have two wastewater streams, one with a very high pH value and one with a lower pH value. And if you mix those streams, the pH value will be in a range that is easier to treat. And Fang currently ignores those synergy effects and spends a lot of resources and costs on this.
So now currently Fang is missing the personnel to calculate a smarter way to treat the wastewater. Therefore, he looks for a solution and he found Shouhu. So he calls Georg Fischer and gets a trial version to work with Shouhu and install sensors to monitor the wastewater quality regularly. Now with Shouhu, Fang can get the best treatment recommendation to use synergy effects and thus reduce dosage and energy costs. And now he can configure the system online, and instead of having all the factories discharge the wastewater at the same time, they discharge it according to the Shouhu algorithm. So basically, what Shouhu does is to analyze the wastewater in real time and give recommendations to wastewater treatment plant and to help them to mix the wastewater to receive synergy effects. And now Fang is really glad because he can not only save costs, but also better control the wastewater system and react more efficiently to flexible production lines and create a smart basic system for his plant. So in Shouhu, we are trying to make all our water a little bit cleaner because water should not look like this. Thank you very much. Thanks the entire GF team, especially Andre, Yannick, Dominic, and Winter. And please come and visit us at our booth.